You go? All right, guys, welcome. Tonight class is about love. My favorite subject. I guess it's everybody's favorite subject. So we're going to learn what is love according to Kabbalah. And it may surprise you that it would be quite different for what we call love in the physical world, in the real world. What is love? What kind of a love do we have? You know, these days, love is such a common word now. It says, I love you, I love this, I love my coffee, I love this book, I love this movie. Love has become such a cliche, such a metaphor, and we use it for almost everything these days. But what is true love? What do we mean when we say to somebody, I love you, or I love myself, or I love my family? And we have other terms for love. We have unconditional love. We have love for no reason. What is true love? What Kabbalah thinks of what is love?
Loving somebody unconditionally.
I'm sorry?
Loving somebody unconditionally.
Okay, we'll see. That's part of it. Yes. And you know, because it's a Kabbalah class and we talk about love according to Kabbalah, then we have to go to the source of what Torah talks about love. The very first time that Torah talks about love is actually in the weekly portion that we just read, the portion of Chayei Sarah, when Jacob meets the love of his life, Rivka. And it says in the Torah that Ishaq brings Rebecca to the tent of his mother, Sarah. And the moment that Rebecca walks into the tent of Sarah, Ishaq's mom, there was a candle that used to be light on all the time when Sarah was alive. And when she leaves this world, that candle goes off. And when Ishaq brings Rebecca to the tent of his mother, that candle goes back on again. And Isaac sees that. And it says that Isaac get to know Rebecca. He knows her. He marries her. Then he loves her. In that order. He knows her. He marries her. And then he loves her. And that's not today's, procedure. We usually, of course, we get to know each other. We fall in love, and then if we fall in love, we usually get married. So what is Torah telling us? What's Torah is telling us? That you should marry someone, then you should fall in love? And what is love? Love in Hebrew is, the meaning of love comes from the word of unity, echad, being one. And the other aspect of the love in Torah is the very famous sentence that says, love thy neighbor as yourself. Love thy neighbor as yourself. That means you probably love yourself, and you should love thy neighbor, which we don't know who that neighbor is. You should love thy neighbor as yourself. So I guess there is a precondition here, that first you have to love yourself. And some of us love ourselves. Sometimes we actually love ourselves too much, which is a kind of ego. Sometimes some people don't love themselves at all. They hate themselves. So what is true love? What is unconditional love? What is the love between a parents to their children? What is the love between a man and a wife, a husband and a wife? And the love between friends? What is love? And what I actually love to talk tonight about is loving ourselves. I guess when the Torah says, love thy neighbor as yourself, which is the essence of our Judaism, is the essence of our Torah, there's a story about one of our great tzaddik. His name is Rabbi Akiva, great sage, that one time, this goes back to the 2,000 years ago, Roman Empire gets Rabbi Akiva and says, you know what, I don't want to know what your Torah says. What is your Torah all about? And Rabbi Akiva says, the main concept of our Torah is love thy neighbor as yourself. The rest is commentary. So I guess if we reach to the point that first we love ourselves, and then we love somebody, our neighbor, someone close to us, as much as ourselves, then we totally got the message of the Torah. So tonight, in a very short session, I would like to discuss loving ourselves. What does it mean to love myself? Do you love yourself? What do we mean by loving yourself? Yes?
Respecting yourself?
Respecting yourself, okay. How do you respect yourself?
Valuing yourself.
You value yourself? How do you value yourself?
You give yourself worth.
I'm sorry?
You give yourself worth.
You give yourself worth, very nice.
You don't settle?
I'm sorry?
You don't settle?
Okay.
Treat yourself well.
Treat yourself well, okay.
Eat healthy.
Eat healthy,
Take care of yourself.
take care of yourself.
The things that make you happy and not others.
Okay, very nice. Who are we? When I say I have to love Nader, who is Nader?
I can take all night, there's a lot of good things about you.
No, who is Rebecca? Who's Julia? Who's Arya? Who is Nader? Who are you? And when you love yourself, what part of you you're supposed to love?
Your soul.
Is it only your soul?
Both your body
In Kabbalah we learn that we are a combination of two different consciousness, two different reality, which one part in Kabbalah calls the 1% reality of us. There is a 1% reality of Nader, there is a 1% reality of Arya, and there is a 99% reality of me and you. There is the body consciousness and the soul consciousness. And love means unity. Unity. And if I love Nader, this Nader is a combination of two different reality. A physical Nader, a Nader that has ego, a Nader who thinks of himself, a Nader who takes care of himself physically, and there is a Nader who's is the soul of Nader. And that's the 99% of Nader. That's the soul part of the Nader. So when we're supposed to love that Nader, or love that Arya, or love that Julia, what are we talking about? I guess from the story of Isaac and Rebekah, it's quite clear that what made Isaac make a decision to marry Rebekah wasn't Rebekah's physical beauty or physical aspect of Rebekah. When Rebekah walked into the tent of Isaac and the candle of the Sarah went on, then Isaac realized something. You know, there are times that we are happy with ourselves. You do something great, you're happy with yourself. You pass the test, you do good, you're happy with yourself. You watch a good movie, you like it, you're happy with yourself. You go out, you have fun, you have a great night, you're happy. Right? You Get a new outfit, and you're happy with that outfit, you feel good about yourself. You like yourself. But that joy, that liking, doesn't last too long though. You come home the morning after, you probably have hangover and you're not so much in love with yourself. You probably were in love with yourself the night before, but the morning after you probably hate yourself. So it seems to be a contradiction between what we call love. In a nutshell, to give you a very quick answer is, when you have a unity between your physical being, between the consciousness of that 1% reality and the 99% reality, when there is a unity between those two, when there is a love between the two, then you love yourself. Then you really love yourself. Every time that we're miserable, every time that we're not happy with ourselves, every time that I'm not happy with myself, every time that I don't love myself, that means there is a separation between my 1% and my 99%. There is not that ahavat, there is not that love between the two reality that exists within me. Every time my soul is not connected 100% with my body, if they're not in the same frame of consciousness, I'm not in love with myself. I don't have that unity. Love means unity. Love, in a very simple way, in Kabbalah, means unity. Means no separation. Means no difference. Means no judgment. Means when I'm happy with myself, that means when the soul part and my physical part are one unified consciousness. So the moments that you love yourself, that means your soul and your body are in one realm. They are together. And it's very easy to know that this love becomes manifest when the soul knows that the body is with him or with her in everything. And it's that moment that I have the love that I should have for myself, and then I can start loving other things in my life. I could love my wife, I could love my children, my friends, my family, my partners, and my neighbor. That's the true love. And as long as I don't have that unity between these two different reality, these two consciousness that exist within me, and they are in a war together all the time. Why they're in a war together all the time? Why I don't have that love all the time? Why don't I love myself all the time? Simply because that 1% reality, that 1% consciousness of my physical body has a totally different desire versus my soul desire. My 1% reality, which runs by my ego, has a desire to receive only for itself, only for oneself. Let's be frank. 99% of the time during the day, I think of myself. Right? I want to be successful because I want to be successful. I want health because I want to be healthy. I want money because money makes me feel better. Boosts my ego, makes my life comfortable. If you truly think about it, you see that 99% of the time, sometimes 100% of the time, we're constantly ruled by our ego, by our desire for the self alone. They call it Ratzon Bekabel in Hebrew. On the other hand, the soul has a totally different consciousness. The soul wants to have everything. Wants, just like the body, wants everything, but it has a different agenda. He wants it for the sake of sharing. Because that part of me that is my soul, that is my neshama, has the godly aspect to it. And the godly aspect of my soul wants to have everything, but not just for myself alone. Has that godly aspect to it who wants to share it with the whole world. My soul wants all the money, but not just for myself alone. Wants all that honor, not just for myself alone. Wants all that happiness, all that fulfillment, not just for myself alone. My soul wants to share everything that I have with the world. My soul cares for everybody outside of myself. My soul wants the happiness for everybody. When I meet somebody, 1% of my consciousness, my ego, only sees the physicality of the other person. It's ruled by the 5 senses. So that 1% of my reality sees something, likes it, wants it for himself or herself. Sees something and judges by the physical aspect of that person. But when my soul sees somebody, my soul immediately connects to the soul of that person. And because all the souls come from one original soul, so there is a unity between all the souls of the human being. The problem is that body aspects create this illusion that we are separate, we're not together. And because the body doesn't like the color, the sex, or the consciousness, or a different aspect of everything else that the physical body brings, that it creates a separation. It creates the part that we call non-unity, not love. So if I can connect that 1% of my consciousness, the ego, to be ruled by my soul, not the vice versa, that my soul is ruled by my ego, if I can bring the two together, if I can truly control that 1% by the 99%, then I'll be in love with myself all the time. Now the ego is under the control of the soul. The ego is controlled by that part of me which is light, which is all good, which is all there for sharing. Then I'm kind all the time. Then I'm caring all the time. Then I'm loving all the time. Then I'm not judging anymore. Then I don't see myself separate, better, or worse than somebody else. Then I'm not ruled by my ego anymore. I'm not ruled by that 1% anymore. Then I'm happy all the time. Because I feel the unity. So as long as I don't love myself, there is no way that I can love somebody else. And if I don't love myself, then I have that lack within me in my consciousness. Then I think that I need to have a girlfriend to be happy. I need to have a wife to be happy. I need to have a husband to be happy. Then I find somebody that feels that lack, then I think I'm going to be happy. So I get excited, I get married thinking about, oh my God, I'm going to be wonderful. The wedding night comes and goes, and the next morning you think like, well, no, I'm not happy yet.
Let's have a kid.
Let's have a kid. Bravo. Then the kid comes, and that doesn't fill me up. Oh, I need 2 kids. Now I need a family. Then I need my family to fill my lack. I need something to fill my lack. Then I'm constantly looking for something to fill me up, to make me happy, because I'm not in love myself. When I need a drink to make me happy, when I need a drug to make me happy, when I need something to be happy, when I'm dependent on somebody else or something else to make me happy, that's an indication that I'm not in love with myself. That's an indication that my soul and my body are not united. I'm not putting everything together that I be happy. That's why in Judaism, in Kabbalah, it's very important that don't look for something to fill you up. You know, unfortunately, a lot of marriage, a lot of relationship is based on need. You know, I'm lonely. I'm empty. I'm not happy. I need something. I need somebody. I need. When I think that I need, it's an indication that I'm into myself, that I don't have that unity within me. But if you have that love within you, when you totally understand there is a purpose for me being in this world, and that purpose, that real purpose, is not to be needy, but to be a part of Creator, to be a part of giving aspect of the life. Have you ever felt that when you, like the meeting that you had tonight, this aspect of that unity that you have between you, the responsibility that you have to throw in this party? You know, this December 8th party, if becomes successful, it becomes great, you're going to feel wonderful.
Not if it is.
Of course. You're going to feel wonderful. Why? Because you brought people in together. Then you're going to love yourself. Because you're doing something that your soul loves to do. And that brings people together. Every time you give in, every time you make somebody happy, everybody give your shoulder to somebody, every time you give emotional support, financial support, psychological support, that amazing feeling that you get, that fulfilling joy that you get, it's beyond everything that you receive. You'll never enjoy, you'll never get fulfillment by free lunch. But when you give lunch, when you go out of yourself, when you go against your nature, you know, the nature that we talk about is the 1% reality. It's a 1% reality. You know, the concept of miracle, the month of Kislev is coming, the month of Hanukkah, the month of miracle. Miracle is something beyond nature. It's in the realm of the 99%, it's in the realm of the soul. Have you ever experienced that when you need somebody, when you need something, you'll never get fulfilled? It's never enough. It's never enough. When you need something, when you feel like you need something to make you happy, you'll never be happy. You maybe get an instant gratification by being needy and somebody gives you something, but you don't feel good at the end of the day. You're still needy. You're not complete. There is a lack. Why? Because the soul is telling you you're not supposed to be here to receive for the oneself alone. You're here to receive in order to share. So when you establish yourself as a giving person versus a receiving person, that brings you total fulfillment. That gives you the joy. That is love. It says, when Isaac saw that Rebekah came in and that light went on, he saw the soul of Rebekah. He realized, oh my God, she has the same soul as my mother, and my mom was the most giving person in the world. My mom never got angry. My mom never complained. My mom never needed something. She was there for the whole world. She was always giving and caring and being for everybody. And she was the happiest woman on earth. And this girl came into my tent and the light went on. So she goes, she has the same soul. When it says he got to know her, he got to know her soul. So he married her. That's it. That's it. And you know one thing I want to make it clear for all of us. The concept of soulmate. You know, we think that, oh, my soulmate will come and I'm going to have life with no challenge. Baloney. Your soulmate is supposed to give you so much headache. Your soulmate is here to make you grow. If you say, oh, I'm so emotional and I married somebody just as emotional as I am. We both like to sit at the corner of the Starbucks and drink coffee all day. There's no growth in there. If your soulmate doesn't move you, it doesn't make you change yourself. If it doesn't help you to grow, you're not marrying your soulmate. You're taking the easy way out. And you never grow. Your soulmate is supposed to push you every minute of your life. Your soulmate is supposed to move you out of your comfort zone every second of your life. And you have to love it. You have to love it. So the concept of soulmate, the concept of marriage, the concept of being together is not something that's supposed to be easy ride. Easy ride is no, it's not, it's an indication of there is no growth. So the concept of being together, marriage, having the right person in your life, having the right friend in your life, having the right partner in your life, having the right woman, wife or a husband in your life. That means picking up somebody who can make you complete. When we say somebody makes me complete, that doesn't mean somebody fills up my lack. You don't want that. You don't want somebody to fill your lack. You shouldn't supposed to have any lack. But that someone in your life is supposed to push you to become better. When somebody pushes you out of your comfort zone, the only uncomfortable situation in your life is your one-person reality. Your soul loves to go through all the challenges in your life. Your soul understands that the only way to achieve all the light in your world is to go out of your comfort zone, to push yourself, to pressure you all the time. You know, when the light wants to come into your body, to your surrounding, light is pressure. Light is pressure. Light comes through the challenges. So loving yourself is the first step of loving anything else in your life. Otherwise, what we call love, I love this, I love that, I love my friend. He doesn't say anything to me, I can do all thing, and he won't say anything or she won't say anything, and she laughs of all my shortfalls. It's nice, but you don't grow. You're not receiving any light. And he or she is not helping you to achieve the love that you should have for yourself. So before we totally understand relationship and loving something outside of yourself, you have to understand that 99% of your being is a soul, which is aspect of God, and is an amazing part of you. And it has a responsibility, has to do something that nobody else can do in this world. Every one of you guys has a special part of the soul of God that is God. That is God, is within you. And is a different part of God. Of what you can do, nobody else can do in this world. The light that you can create, nobody else can do. Nobody else can do what you can do. And your body is that vessel, is that vehicle, is that part of physicality that can manifest what your neshama, what your soul can do. And when you bring the two together, then you love it. Then you love it. I love when I teach Kabbalah. I love it. You know why? Because I think my body is doing what my soul wants to do. Every time, you know, when I come to, this is no secret. Whatever physical shortcoming that I have, stomachache, headache, problem outside of my spirituality, when I come and I teach Kabbalah, when I come Shabbat and I go through the cycle of services in Shabbat, everything goes out of the window. I don't feel the stomachache, I don't feel the pressure, I don't feel the tiredness. I can, on Yom Kippur, I wish it was 48 hours instead of 24 hours. Because my body is doing what my soul wants him to do. And every time you go out of yourself, because that one thing that is your destiny, that is your tikkun, and what's so amazing is that your body is capable of performing what your soul wants it to do. If you have some talent in something, if you're an artist, if you're good with chemistry, if you're good with physics, it's good for biology. If you automatically have that talent in you, that shows that your body is designed to perform what your soul wants to do in that aspect of life. If you become a good engineer, that means your soul wants you to become a good engineer. And if you enjoy that, that's an indication when you're happy with yourself. And if you do a job that you're not happy, that's an indication that it's not for you. That's why they always says in psychology, go where your heart is. That means go where your soul is. And when you love what you do, that's an indication that you love yourself, that is, you're doing what your soul wants to do. And your soul wants it all. Your soul wants you to be that best person you can be, the best engineer that you can be, the best doctor you can be, the best businessman you can be. But to share it with the whole world, not just for yourself alone. I don't want to be the best scientist in the world just to boost my ego, because I will never be happy. I want everybody to recognize me. Then I'm a needy person again. Then I'm not in love with myself again. So it's a very, very important aspect to understand that every time that I'm not happy with myself, it's an indication. Every time that I'm not in love with myself, and I'm not talking about loving on the ego aspect, loving what my soul loves it, you're happy. You know, this example I have repeated over and over in all my Kabbalah classes. You know, you go to UCLA Medical Center and you walk in and you see all these old ladies behind the reception desk. They're 85 years old, right? They can't hardly walk. And you go there and you go, I want to go to room 465. And they are so nice. They're full of love. Honey, let me take you. I mean, they can't even walk, but they come and they take you. They walk you all the way to room 465. They don't complain. They don't feel that they have arthritis or, you know, high blood pressure, because they're doing something out of themselves. They're there to share. Versus somebody who's sitting home, an old lady, we have a in our culture, we have a lot of them, right? Sitting at home, you don't come to me, you don't give me love. I'm sitting at home, somebody should give me love. They're not in love with themselves. So when you give out, when you go out of yourself, you're happy, you love yourself. So every time you're happy with yourself, you love yourself, you know that there is a unity between the 1% and the 99% of your consciousness. And I am pretty sure, and I have all the confidence, that this group of the class and everybody who sees it on online will get that message and will manifest it in their life. Thank you, guys.